Well, hello friends, Tony Howard here with Astrology University, and I'd like to invite you to our next virtual summit, April 25th and 26th, 2020. And this summit theme is Astrology and Relationships, Exploring Our Connections. So we'll have 12 amazing astrologers presenting on a wide variety of topics, exploring the connections between relationship and astrology. And to tell you a little bit more about the summit, I have one of our amazing speakers with me today, Melanie Reinhardt. Melanie, thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Tony. Pleasure.
So Melanie, your talk is called Our Relationship with Astrology. So you took a little bit different approach, but can you tell folks, tell folks about what you're planning to share with them?
Yes, indeed. It was so funny. I was sitting having a cup of coffee, staring at the title, thinking, you know, I must figure out what I'm going to talk about. And running through my head was, you know, all different kinds of relationships, you know, parental and lovers and friends and business partners and all that. And it was almost like, as I sat there, like the words reversed. And I thought, oh, our relationship with astrology, because that's something I have thought endlessly about, you know, for decades now. And it interests me greatly. So what I'm going to do in the actual presentation is the last part of it will actually be a guided imagery. So it will be an inner journey, which you're welcome to participate in. And what I'm going to cover before then, you know, I'm probably going to end up asking a lot of questions or musing about a lot of questions, some of which, at least for me, are really unanswerable in a straight to and fro way, but that endlessly interest me. So I found a quote just today, which I'll definitely be including. This is Dane Rudhyar. It's from Astrological Mandala in the 1973 edition. I thought I'd look up the Sabian symbol for the position of Jupiter when we'll do the summit. And for those of you not familiar with the Sabian symbols, well, you might just have a real treat waiting for you there. It's a set of 360 symbols, which were actually channeled by a clairvoyant woman who was working with Mark Edmund Jones. So he was the first one to work with them. And then Dane Rudhyar, who was in contact with him, wrote the Astrological Mandala, which gives some wonderful links. And you can even use it as like an oracle. It's a fabulous book, out of print at the moment. Anyway, so this is typical of what happens when you look up the Sabian symbols. So this is the symbol for 27 of Capricorn. Pilgrims climbing the steep steps leading to a mountain shrine. This is his interpretation. We hear a great deal now about peak experiences, in quotes. But this symbol tells us that this depends to a very great extent upon following a path which many have trod before. The shrine is built by the unceasing dedication of perhaps generations of people. The pilgrimage is hallowed by the devotion of many, even though each person finds on his own mountaintop what seems to him a unique and transcendent revelation. And then under that, we witness the rise of human consciousness. It is man's supreme task to rise like fire, impelled by a vision he shares with his companions. Final bit, the key word he says is upreaching. And I was so excited when I saw that, because I just thought that sums up several things really important about astrology. Is that, you know, the deeper we get into studying, learning, studying, practicing, the more that's true. There is just an amazing history behind what we do, some of which we know about and has been written about, but a lot of which we don't. and we never will. Now, my theory about that is that it's because it's the personal experience of what we engage with. Because no matter what kind of astrology people do, we all work with the same language, basically. Planets, signs, houses. And then there's millions of add-ons depending on your particular preferences and interests, and also what purpose you're applying your astrology to. But even beyond that, or before that, there is our relationship with this great tradition. And whether you're a person who just puts a toe in the water occasionally and really enjoys it, or on the other end of the spectrum where you've devoted your life to it, essentially we are all speaking the same language with astrology. You know, there's an island north of Australia, Papua New Guinea, not that big, but there's 800 more than 800 languages just on that island. And yet, you know, tribally, it's like it's one tribe, but lots of different clans inside it. And so in your journey in astrology, it's a very interesting thing, at least for me, to kind of think about, well, you know, where am I in this tribe? What role have I been called to perform or not, you know? And so those are the themes I'll be focusing on.
Beautiful.
And
Those questions that you described, though, where there's no like right or wrong answers, are some of the best questions, right?
Absolutely. I think, again, maybe this is the Gemini. I think I prefer questions to answers, really, because a question is like an invitation, at least to me.
Yeah.
And answers kind of often stop things dead a bit, at
Mm.
least for me. So I'll be sharing with you some of the unanswerables
Great. And
that I've
thanks.
pondered endlessly about down the years and enjoyed doing so, you know.
And thanks for sharing that Sabian symbol. That was a great image to hold, especially for the intention of the summit too. So if you would like to catch Melanie's talk, folks, Melanie will be presenting live on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And if you're not sure what time zone that is for you, we've got a little link there on the homepage of the summit, which is again at astrologyuniversity.com/summit. You can head over there. All you need to do to sign up is type in your name and email address. The summit is free to watch live and it's free to sign up. If for some reason you're watching this interview video after the summit and you'd still like to catch the talks, you can get the All Access Pass, which is basically all of the recordings plus a few bonus recordings. And know that your purchase of the pass also supports our mission of keeping the summit free to watch live for those who can't afford to otherwise attend. So again, all you have to do is sign up and we'll send you all the details. Our system is automated, so if for some reason you don't get an email right back from us within the next 5 minutes, email help@astrologyuniversity.com because something's probably wrong. Maybe you mistyped your email address, or maybe your email provider is blocking our email for some reason. You might also check your spam folder. That's a pretty likely place where you might find our emails. So if you have any trouble at all, though, email us right away because you should get a pretty instant confirmation email from us once you sign up. So thanks so much for taking time out of your schedule to chat with us today, Melanie, and I can't wait to hear your talk.
Oh, you're welcome. Really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, and definitely looking forward to the guided visualization too. That'll be a really nice moment, I think, in the summit that comes on day 2 after we've all been processing information and talking and talking and talking. And so that'll be a really nice moment, I think, to step into. So thanks for offering that.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. It's also, well, at least here where I'll be, it's in the evening, and I was thinking, oh, that's cool because then people can just go to bed and maybe have some astrology dreams, you know.
Definitely. Beautiful. Well, thanks again, and we'll see some of you at the summit, and we'll see you again really soon, Melanie.
Okay, thanks, Tony.